Man. Got some more updated news on Miss Mercedes Morr. This video is gonna hit a little different, man. This video is gonna hit a little different. They have her dad and her mom talking, doing like a little interview, and the father is going to describe exactly what he saw and what happened. Yeah, this one's gonna hit a little different, man. Let's play the video.
As many people in Houston knew her and loved her. She was sweet.
No, he was committing suicide at the time, was in my daughter's house. My daughter's dead on the floor. And I don't know what he did. You know, I just knew that it was somebody that my daughter doesn't associate with, and not because of the person he was or is my daughter. We keep her private. Nobody, not even her real friends, really knew her name. I've moved my daughter 3 times just because of my insecurities.
Wow.
And the freeze, of course, but
wow.
She doesn't have friends by her house. I know my daughter, and when I got to my daughter's house, and it was locked up, and she's not answering my phone, which is not like her, I knew something was up, so I didn't hesitate to kick the door down.
Wow, so he kicked the door down. He knew something was wrong. And it sounds like he and his daughter had a very tight relationship. He said that he moved her 3 times. Salute to Jay for subbing up. Appreciate you, my guy. He said that he actually moved her 3 times just for her safety. Like, ladies, y'all gotta be careful, man, what y'all post on Instagram, because these niggas is weird, bruh. And they are infatuated of what they see on Instagram. And this is one of the sad stories that I wish I didn't have to report, man. Unfortunately.
And what I saw, I wouldn't want any parent to go through. That's the first thing. The second thing is,
yo, what? I should have stayed in. I should have stayed in Florida. Is that what the guy? Whoa! Is this what the guy wrote? Because the guy that did this stayed in Florida. What?
Door down. And what I saw, I wouldn't want any parent to go through. That's the first thing. The second thing is, which is even more hurtful,
I was used for money. Oh, man, there must be a lot more to this story. Ooh, man, I was used for money. Ooh. And you know what? I'm not gonna just I don't know. Wow. Is this believable? Maybe, but I don't know Mercedes. I don't know her personally. Do women use men? Absolutely. Did she use him? I don't know. But is there a possibility? I don't want to say anything ill will towards Mercedes because I don't personally know her, and I don't want to cast judgment. But for this dude to write this on the wall, I was used for money. I should have stayed in Florida. So okay. Her dad is saying that they don't have no relations. I mean, of course he would say that to protect the image of his daughter. But why would he write this? This is his writing on the wall. Bro, I think there's more to the story. There's definitely more to the story.
is I'm glad you reached out to us, was that news stories.
Sorry to the
calls and everything started.
Sorry to the landlord.
Popping up.
And what? Sorry to the landlord and what? in the community. Sorry to the landlord and the community. I'm trying to. Okay, I hurt a lot. Okay, I hurt a lot. Okay. What the
And calls and everything started popping up without reaching out to the parents, without reaching out for information. And it went from false accusations of HIV or COVID to other things, and nobody even reached out to talk to us.
What?
So when I was contacted, I'm here to set the story straight,
Okay.
let everybody know what happened. Janae was very loved, and she's probably loved more than we would have thought of. I knew my daughter had a large following, and I knew she had some
Crazy
friends
people.
that, in not high places, but friends that were influential. I didn't know all the love that she had, and hopefully we're able to, give her a memorial or do something for her in a way that everybody is happy with, and everybody will be able to have closure like we want closure.
Yeah, we just want a respectful service. Again, she's a human being,
Wow, is that her mom? Beautiful mom.
and we just were not wanting to see the disrespectful comments that were on social media. It was horrific.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm not gonna do, and I'm not gonna cast judgment because I mean this is sensitive, man. Like no parent should be in the position like that's the worst nightmare a parent can have is them burying their child. It should be their child burying them, right? Damn.
About the side of Janae that most people don't know, people who were just a fan of her, loved her beauty, her pictures, her expression on Instagram. Tell us about the Janae that you all know.
She's my baby. She was so kind. I mean, she was just always, I will say she was very, very protective of us. I'll say that.
She was definitely
So.
protective of her mom. I mean, I could never say anything, not that I would, anything about her mom without Janae saying dad, or anybody actually, without saying dad. Janae was her mama's baby.
Yo, like you can tell she was raised, right, because her parents seem very well spoken, well mannered. They're not loud, they're not ghetto, they're not, you know what I mean? Like this is a hard time for them, and they are holding themselves up really well right now. So you can tell that she was raised in a good household. But at the end of the day, kids are gonna be who they are, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not here to judge what she did for a living or anything like that. At the end of the day, people make their own choices and choose however they want to live their lives. You know what I mean? It's like the parents can only do so much. So I hope nobody's trying to blame the parents, you know what I mean? Because it sounds like they had a very close relationship.
And to be the one to find her after she had been attacked and knowing that you couldn't be there.
Damn.
Although it's not your fault, how do you
Damn.
I told, and my youngest daughter and Janae are close, and she took it bad. And she would normally call me if like Janae Janae could not answer her call. And me and my girlfriend had left for 2 weeks. Janae called me before I left on vacation and said, Daddy, I'm moving. I need you to help me move. And I've been helped her move so many dang times my back hurts. But, and when you get back, I'm moving to a new house. I need you to cook me dinner for the week. And that was always the joke with Janae. Janae wanted dinner every other week. And she wanted smothered chicken for some odd reason. She couldn't let me, I think she's burnt out on seafood. But,
Yo, this is sad, man. This is sad.
Janae,
Damn.
London called me and said Janae hasn't talked to me since Thursday. And then her friends were at the place, I knew something was wrong. I knew at that time something was wrong. I wouldn't have kicked the door in
Damn, he kicked the
if I
door
didn't know
in.
something was wrong. And what I saw did not surprise me at that moment because I knew something was wrong. That's not my daughter. She
Damn.
would call me all the time, talk about, Daddy, I'm checking on you. And I'd be like, no, I'm checking on you. You know, that was our little joke. And I knew
Damn.
something was wrong as soon as I got there.
Yeah, she didn't just not answer. That's not.
Yeah, she does not answer.
At least her parents
Damn, so he kicked down the door. Yo. Whew. Man, this is sad, man.
and her sisters, brothers.
Especially- yes.
She was always responsive, so that was strange. So when I got the call that a friend hadn't heard from her and Mark hadn't heard, and okay, what's going on? So that's when I talked to Mark and
Have you been able
Yeah.
to stop thinking about what she may have went through?
no, that's horrific. Being strangled to death is a horrible way to die. And my baby's gone.
Damn, bro. Whew, boy, this hit different. This is different, man. She had beautiful parents. Beautiful parents. Well, she has beautiful parents. Excuse me. Damn.
And it was horrible. Didn't even think about it.
And I try not to think about it. My first night, we got here at 3 in the morning, me and some of my good friends. I mean, I got good friends for 30 years. Went to the place because I kicked the door in, so we had to, after the police left, we had to secure the door and stuff. So we went in, just grabbed a couple of things, grabbed some paperwork and stuff, secured the door. I mean, it was just disgusting inside. And I prepared everybody because I had been inside. When we left, I got home that night. If I slept an hour, that might have been it, because when the detective told me that she had been strangled, that's all I can think in my mind is I did not want my daughter to go out in any kind of pain or suffering or any kind of traumatic anything. And I would have been
Like being strangled has to be like one of the like worst top deaths. You know, like being burned to death. I think being burned to death would probably be the worst because you have to suffer, probably drowning, and being strangled is like probably like because it's not instant. It's a slow, hurtful, uncomfortable situation, and man, like, what was she thinking? Like, was she thinking to herself, "Oh my God, this is about to be it. I need help. Somebody help me." Like, oh man, just the thought of being strangled to death. Whew, man, damn, girl, fuck.
happy with the thought in my mind that he pushed her or she fell down the stairs, because it's quick. And I know that's a bad thought, but I did not want my daughter to be in any kind of...
So, oh, she broke her neck. Oh, she like broke her neck or something? He strangled her and then pushed her down the stairs?
anything. And I would have been happy with the thought in my mind that I did not want my daughter to go out in any kind of pain or suffering or any kind of traumatic anything. And I would have been happy with the thought in my mind that he pushed her or she fell down the stairs.
Oh, okay,
This is
okay.
quick.
Oh, okay.
And I know that's a bad thought,
Okay.
but I didn't...
He said that he said that he would have been happy if he would have did that. He did not want her to suffer, but she did suffer in a very horrific way by getting struggled. Okay.
I want my daughter to be in any kind of struggle, fight, or pain. So I don't know how the guy got into the place, because it was locked up tightly, and my daughter does not open the door for anybody. As short as she is, she still gets up to that peephole and would look just through and make sure it was me. I mean, I had to call my daughter, Janae, let me in. Janae, let me in. So I don't know how he found her, and I don't know how all this happened. That's the only part that I'm waiting on. I know what happened. I know my daughter's dead. And all this other stuff going on social media about she was shot and robbed and all the other stuff, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Exactly.
For letting out false information just to get the story.
Exactly.
And not coming to us and or waiting for the real story.
Right.
And that's, go to my other videos. That's why I didn't make any videos until it hit the news. Because there was a lot of people saying stupid shit. She had HIV. She got shot. Baby daddy, sugar daddy, all that crazy shit. I didn't report on none of that. I just said, because that is disrespectful as fuck to spew lies on someone's death. All y'all just doing that for views and clicks. So y'all are willing to tell lies on somebody that passed just for views and clicks. That's fucking disgusting. And that's why, you know what I mean, I was very careful of what I said and what I reported. I waited until it hit the news. When it hit the news, then I could say, yo, this is what happened, you know? And just like he said, man, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. Anybody that made a video, oh, this is why she died. She had AIDS or she had, man, fuck y'all, bro.
Let us grieve. We needed to grieve initially. Her dad found her. Can you imagine what that's like? So for him to have to see that and us process it, he and I to be able to talk about, you know, what are the next steps, we would have appreciated at least that respect. And we didn't get that. And so, again, the social media discussions and all the ins and outs of that was hurtful. And we're here to set the record straight. He didn't know this guy. He was a random person, and he killed her, and he killed himself. And this is where we are at this point right now. And we want to celebrate her life. We will do that. So that's what we're here to do.
If you talk to Janae right now, what would you say to her?
We kind of never had a serious moment unless I was scolding her about almost everything. Because that's just our relationship. Everything was fun with us. I mean, Janae was just a jewel.
Yeah.
She was a beautiful kid. I mean, she looks just like me.
No.
She's a beautiful kid. I mean, she was just my baby. That's my first. And I love all my children. But she was just a joy to have around at all times. I love her, and I miss her, and I'm going to miss her in London being together. I really am.
Damn, bro.
And what I would say to her
Damn,
is,
man.
baby, we're here. Whatever you need.
Damn.
I know it's, and again, it's just tragic because it's somebody she didn't know.
Damn.
So her being so careful, you know, it didn't help at that point.
Damn.
So I miss her and love her, and wish we could see her again.
Damn.
You and Janae right now here in Houston.
Damn.
Yes, ma'am. Me and my mom's out here.
What were some of your
Damn, bro.
about your daughter?
But that bundle of joy, I mean, every time she came around, it was, Dad, I'm hungry. Dad, let's do this. Or, I mean, everything about Janae was fun. And when you get to a point and you raise your children, and you tell them everything they need to know, and then you let them go off on their own, and now you can just have fun with them. That's the point I was to with all my girls. About 2 months ago, my youngest came down, and 3 of her friends came down to hang out with Janae. They all come by the house 2 nights in a row. I mean, you can finally eat and have a good time with your kids. And all we did was, you know, talk at the table, have a good time, laugh, and all that. And I'm going to really miss that. Because, I mean, Janae would come by, and my girlfriend has a 7-year-old daughter. And they would play. They would have water fights. They would play. I mean, just goofy. Janae was a goofy kid. I mean, everybody saw the business side of her and the I'm so sexy side of her. But Janae was a big kid at heart. And I mean, she has pictures. If you see the pictures of her and Janae having a pool party, dressing up like cowboys, I mean, it's just silly and goofy. Janae would come over with her daughter and play dolls together. I mean, and I just sit on the phone like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed, that's my daughter. But that was Jeanette.
She's fun. She was fun.
I really want people to, I learned this morning that you were the one who found her.
Yes, ma'am.
You said earlier to me today, it's been haunting you.
Damn.
You kicked that door down. And I know you said you weren't shocked at what you found because you knew something was wrong, but what did you feel in that moment? What do you feel in this moment when you're not going to see your daughter again? How do you...
My daughter was on the ground and my girlfriend was hysterical. My daughter was on the ground. It looked to me like she fell down the stairs. And at that moment, I thought Janae had an accident and fell down the stairs. But, Janae wasn't fully, she looked like she had came home, was getting undressed and fell down the stairs. So I was like, baby, run upstairs, just have to cover Janae up. And I kind of turned away. When she ran upstairs and saw the guy, then I realized it wasn't an accident.
Whoa.
And I'm almost okay in my mind. I mean, I know reality, and I'm almost getting okay in my mind about something that happens by an accident or something that happens like a death for, like if you're sickness and stuff. That in my mind, it's not okay, but it happens. It's life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not okay with
somebody being strangled.
Okay. So as soon as she ran upstairs and saw the guy, that's when my anger level got so bad that all I could feel was hot anger, and all I could do was just sit there and watch him till the police got there.
Did he say anything?
He was twitching, he was gurgling. I could look in the room. There's writing all over the walls.
Yo, so wow. So he was there while the dude was dying. So, wow. He was there watching him die. He said that he saw him on the ground, gurgling, gasping for air. Damn, so he was there to see that dude die. Whoa, wow. This is like straight out of a movie. What the, wow. Damn, that is, yo. Man, that's so unfortunate. Damn.
He was there for like 2 or 3 days, or 2 days, I'm sorry. Writing on the walls, bleeding out. There's blood all over the apartment, bleeding out all over the apartment. And supposedly when I kicked in the door, he ended his life. He tried to end his life, and of course he ended his life.
He was there for 2 to 3 days? So how long was she dead? Wow, so she must have been dead for, wow. So he was just chilling in the house. And then when he broke in, he killed himself right then. Whoa, bro, this is what? He was in the house for 2 or 3 days? Like, I thought this was all in one day. He came wow, this story is getting crazier and crazier. And he was writing stuff on the wall. Remember, I told y'all in the beginning right here, like I said, yo, is this him writing on the wall? See if I can find it. I don't want to go too back. But I was like, yo, is this him writing on the wall? Yeah, right here.
With?
You just said this earlier.
Getting her. Janae gonna be around, Janae gonna be around, because Janae was just the life of the party, even with the family. Mm-hmm. Getting her to do things. I had to climb down her all the time. But
why is it not showing?
I loved it.
Why isn't that? All right, it's not showing it, but
fun to hang.
Stood there for the whole day, waiting for everything to be done. I didn't really get affected till the next day. Over the apartment, bleeding out all over the apartment. And supposedly when I kicked in the door, he ended his life. He tried to end his life, and of course he ended his life. But for me to see that I kind of just was in shock for the whole day. I just stood there for the whole day, waiting for everything to be done. I didn't really get affected till the next day, when it kind of like, well, that night, the detective told me she was strangled. I went home that night and just couldn't sleep. I mean, I was up all night, but I wasn't sleeping. I get home yesterday and I get up yesterday and I tried to take a nap and I kept getting phone calls. I just wasn't sleeping. They came into town last night. We didn't go to midnight. Last night, I finally got sleepy. I finally kind of calmed down, got sleepy. This can't happen to any parent.
Damn.
I mean, there's all sorts of things going out around in the world, and you always think that you never want to see your kid die. And I want to die before all my kids. And I didn't want my mom to know that her granddaughter died, because that was my mom's baby. But to have your daughter murdered is a whole nother story. Especially since she was so famous in her world and so loved in our world, that for this to happen and we don't find out 2 days later just saddens me so bad.
Yeah.
Because I thought I watched my daughter well. I thought that, I was there for her all the time. I don't know if a day earlier or if anything would have helped, but
Well, I think for me, I think about what I was doing when she possibly was killed.
Oh,
Right.
man.
So then you start to run in your head. Oh, I texted her. She didn't come back. We had sent her some pictures of the family, and we were, hanging out with some friends, and texted her some pictures. And she'll usually come back and say, "Hey, Mom, you guys are having a good time. What are you guys doing?" And she did not come back. So then, when this all plays out, you start to think, where was I? What was I doing when my baby was being strangled to death? And thrown down the stairs?
Damn. No,
So that's,
no.
I think for me, of course, short of seeing that,
Damn.
that's hard for me to think. What in your life? What were we doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's being killed, and Saturday goes by, she's laying dead, and we have this man in the apartment.
Yo, so this dude killed her and just left her there, and he was chilling, writing shit on the wall for 2 days. This dude was chilling in the house while she was laying on the ground just dead. So this nigga was writing shit on the wall, probably went in the refrigerator, ate her food, probably slept in the bed. What the fuck, bruh? Damn, that shit.
Doing whatever. So that is hard, and that'll be hard to get over and think about, the horrific death of strangulation and my beautiful baby. She's beautiful. I mean, let's be real. It is what it is, And so for someone to snuff out that shining bright light is sad. It's sad. And she's a human. She's a person. So.
What does the heart feel like? Thinking the heart and the mind was thinking about Janae for you.
It's heavy. It's so heavy. Even now, of course, it's going to take some time. But even now, I think to myself, I need to ask. I was just telling my husband, we were in the car driving back, to the hotel last night, and it's like, I need to ask Janae if I have. And I'm thinking, this was just a normal thing, but now we have to get used to life without her.
Damn.
And that's, makes your heart heavy. And her and my husband, her stepdad, were very close. They talked and texted all the time, and that was tough to deal with. And so for us as a family to come together and not have this beautiful light is going to be tough for us all.
Damn, man.
What's the number one thing you want people to know about Janae?
Janae had a lot of followers. And I warned Janae about her followers. Some were true followers, some were there for their own reason, and apparently one of them was a little nutty. But Janae was probably the best sister to her brothers and sister, or her brother and her sisters. She was a handful to a dad. And I love that about her. She kept me on my toes, I swear. She kept me on my toes to where she made me watch out for both my daughters.
Mm.
So Janae was a ball of excitement and activity, and anywhere and everywhere Janae went. My mom, and when my mom was a little younger, they'd hang out more. But even now, my mom would be like, we went somewhere and Janae had these guys looking at her and blah, 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 blah. And every story was, about Janae to my mom, or with my mom. And Janae was just a loved kid that had so much love to give and shared herself and her life with everyone. And Janae could have had 2 or 3 businesses if she wanted to. We've discussed that, I always wanted to, Janae, it's time, you're getting a little bit older, get a business. Janae could have did whatever she wanted, but she loved people so much that she wanted to be out there, having a good time all the time. Her sister would come into town, and London's younger than Janae, but London would be like, Janae's getting tired, and Janae wants to go home. I said, baby, Janae's getting old. London, you're still young. But Janae and London just like to have fun. Celebrate life, celebrate. Janae, every day with Janae was not a party, but a social event. And Janae couldn't go nowhere, embarrassing, without talking to everybody, meeting everybody, and having fun with everybody. So I had a good time, and life without Janae is something I don't know what I'm gonna get used to, I guess, because I have to. But life without Janae is
Damn, man.
something. And
Whew.
when we first talked about what we're gonna do for Janae and all that, we thought about keeping it private, keeping it family. And for me, it was for my own selfish reasons, because I want to get this over with. I don't want to live this day by day by day.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And I don't want to get the memory of my daughter over with. I want to get the burial or whatever we're going to do over with, and get my life back to some normalcy to where I can at least think about it and cope day by day. We were talking, and I hope I'm talking for both of us. We were talking about Janae had so many fans and so many loved people that I know we need to do something bigger. I know we need to do a memorial. We need to let everybody mourn and celebrate Janae's life. We don't know exactly what we're going to do or how we're going to do it, but we're going to do something. And hopefully the people that loved her and partied with her and had a good time with her will come, celebrate Janae's life.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
How big your daughter's audience was, and
Woo!
Instagram, and 2.6 million followers, knowing she had so many fans. Did that ever scare you?
Oh, it scared the hell out of me. As a father, it really,
As
my
it
daughter was
should.
beautiful.
Yeah.
That scared the hell out of me. And she kept trying to get more and more beautiful. She worked on it hard. That scared the hell out of me.
Yeah. It would me too.
My monthly conversation is, Janae, you have all these followers. Some follow you because they love you. Some follow them because they like your look. Some are crazy and some are obsessed. And I know that's a bad thing to say. And that's why I guarded my daughter. And that's why everything about her was personal. Her friends thought her name was Mercedes Morr. I mean, her friends didn't know where they lived. Janae,
Wow.
when Janae first got to Houston, she lived with me, and we lived together for a while. But when she went out on her own, I was like, Janae, she was basically calling me almost every night when you get home. And after a while, you get kind of lax and you get kind of used to it. But Janae's business had went from being in the clubs all the time, especially like in Houston. She stopped doing a lot of stuff. Houston and started doing a lot of private stuff. So I got a little bit more comfortable with what she was doing, because everything was private and or a club where she had security. Her manager, you better have Janae security. You have to have this. You have to have that. I questioned Janae on everything, and so I got a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more laxed as she got bigger and it got a little bit more professional. I mean, I'm still trying to get her to do, she wanted to do a hair company, which was beautiful. She was going to do a legging company called Morr leggings,
Mm.
because she thought she had big legs or whatever. But that was going to be her company.
Damn.
Well, of course, a mother's relationship and a dad's relationship is a bit different. So for me, of course, I was afraid of the number of followers she had. But for me, she and I were close enough to where, okay, what is it you're doing? We were in depth. Like I knew a lot of what was happening, what she was doing, where she was at. And so for me, I had a different perspective. I knew her dad was here. He was protecting her. She and I had that different conversation, right? Of being, of course, being safe, and who are the people you're hanging out with. Always be classy. You know, you are who you are. People are always going to, 2 million people. Not everybody's going to love you, but you always be classy and always be what we taught you to be. And so for
Man,
me, we had that different relationship in the fact that
she has very, very respectful, beautiful parents. And I'm not just talking about just physically. They did what they're supposed to do. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, a child is going to be whoever they want to be, and it seems like they, were very involved, knew what was going on, knew what she was doing. And, at the end of the day, you can't tell a grown person what to do, even if it's your child. If your child chooses to, be in the limelight and, do the stuff that she was doing, then you just have to wish the best for her and just make sure she's okay. And it seems like that's exactly what they did. And I respect that.
I knew, we talked about where she was, and she, as her dad said, she progressed, and she was doing her thing, and it didn't have to be, oh, I'm, in a club. She wasn't that person. That wasn't her. You saw her on Instagram, and that's what you got. Do you know what I mean? So she was always professional, classy, and she treated people well. So that's why she was so popular. So again, Mother's Day is not going to be the same. I'll tell you that. That's going to be different. Father's Day is not going to be the same. We have to learn to work through it for this beautiful, beautiful person that's not here anymore. But she brought so much to everybody. And as Mark said, we're going to allow folks to, mourn the loss of her. It was initially, okay, let's just keep it to family, but we knew the people that out there that loved her. And those that didn't, you're not invited. So we'll again, we'll have some information out for that soon once we work through some things. As again, we still have an open investigation on who this person was and where he came from. So we still ask for the respect that the family deserves in that regard, and to understand that we too have to have closure, and some things need to happen from the investigation side of the house, and as a family, our grieving process.
I imagine the hardest part about this, or one of the hardest parts about this heartbreaking situation for you, and especially you, Mark, as her father, who's just 2 miles down the road, is knowing that a stranger did this, a man did this, who your daughter did not know, took her life. She was.
This is one thing that I'm only say about this is it's going to be interesting to see how the police follow through and see how, if she knew this person or not, because it's really weird that he was writing those things on the wall. She used me for money. I'm sorry for the landlord and the community. Like, he was writing some, like, I wish I could see, all the stuff that he was writing, Hold on. Matter of fact, wow.
Not protected.
Let me see if I can.
Hate's a strong word, and anger you can be obsessed with anger. So I try to keep my mind level, because I know this has happened to other people. I try to keep my mind level and not think about that, because I don't want the hatred to build up in my heart.
I wish I never loved.
Body.
Oh, whoa,
anything.
whoa, 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 whoa.
But that's a hard thing to deal with. I mean, it's.
What? I wish I never loved her. What the what did I just say? Sorry to. Hold on. I was used for money. I wish I never loved her. What possessed this set? Whoa. Sorry for the landlord and the community. Oh, these are actual pictures. Hold on. Let me play the rest of them because I know this is a long movie and everything, but I want to see what this says. Damn.
It's probably bad if somebody you know
Sorry
does it.
for the community.
But for somebody to get in, you don't know how they got in, snuck in. There wasn't no forced entry. How he got in, I know my daughter didn't let him in. The police say he probably entered through the garage, and I know she would leave her garage open sometimes after she came home. But since it was on a Saturday during the day where things kind of really happened, and I know that's it, because she talked to one of her friends, or texted one of her friends at 11 o'clock.
On Saturday?
On Saturday. So he had to get in her garage sometime during that day. Then she tried to call back, and Janae wouldn't answer. So it had to happen on Saturday. But for him to slide in and do what he did, his car was not parked in front of her place. His car was parked like 10
I should have
spaces
stayed in
down.
Florida.
He'd just been looking, waiting for an opportune moment.
Oh shit.
And to know all that, I just try to keep my heart, still and safe and still thinking that people are good.
Mm.
And it's hard to do right now.
Mm.
Is there anything else either of you wanted to add? I know.
We've been getting a bunch of requests. Okay, for our first thing was to do something small. I got family coming out in Morr, and I wanted to get it over with. And we discussed that last night. And then Janae had a bunch of friends. And friends want to help in different ways. We're going to set up a GoFundMe. I don't know how we're going to do it, what it's going to say. And if you want to contribute, fine. We're not asking nobody to contribute. But there's a lot of people, if you want to contribute, we'll take all that money, spend it on a celebration for Janae. And we'll open it up to as many people as we can. I mean, if her friends, I know her friends want to be around if they want to come, help us, do whatever. I mean, her mother's going to really be in charge of that because I can't handle it. But we're going to do something. We're just waiting for the body to be released. We're waiting for the coroner to let us know when the body's going to be released. As far as the police investigation, I know my daughter's dead. And I don't know everything that happened. I can see what happened. But as far as investigation, we're waiting to find out who. I mean, we know who. We're to find out why and how.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as I find out why and how, I mean, we might have a little bit more closure. But that's all we want to do. Get this behind us. Think about our daughter with not all this going on anymore.
Yeah, so just some closure. Just give us time and let us process and make some decisions, and we'll allow folks to come and grieve and celebrate her life. So.
Oh, well, there we go, man. The interview with
New customers get our best deals on all
the
stuff.
parents.
That's right, but what if
Damn. Wow. So this dude was in her apartment for 2 days while she was laying on the ground, writing on the wall. And he was writing all this stuff on the wall. He said that she used him for money. Why did I fall in love with her? I was used for money. I wish I never loved her. What? Yeah, this is some. I don't know. I'm gonna wait till the police report to give my final verdict because I don't know. This just sounds crazy, bro. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna wait until the police records and out stuff like that. But anyway, sad story. Very sad to hear the parents speak in that manner. No parent should be able to be put in that situation, and it's sad, man. Other than that, man, it's your boy DMD. I'm signing out.